Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an amazing day wherever you are. Today we've got some really exciting news for all Canadians, travelers, and anyone who ever dreamed of exploring the world without the hassle of visas and complicated paperwork. So grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's talk about something that literally opens the world for you: passport power. Specifically, how the Canadian passport just got even stronger in 2026 and now ranks 7th in the entire world for global mobility. Yes, you heard that right. Canadians now have one of the strongest passports in the world. I know some of you might be thinking, what does passport power even mean? Or why should I care? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today in a way that's friendly, clear, and surprisingly useful. Because this isn't just a number on a ranking. This is about freedom, opportunity, and the ability to explore the world with much fewer restrictions than before. So, here's the big news. According to the latest Henley Passport Index, the Canadian passport now ranks 7th globally. That means Canadian citizens can enter 182 destinations without needing to go through the complicated process of applying for a visa in advance. Some of these countries allow you to enter completely visa-free, some require a simple electronic travel authorization, and some allow visas on arrival. But the bottom line is this: Canadian citizens now have easier access to more countries than ever before, surpassing even the United States in terms of sheer mobility. This is a huge deal for Canadians, not just symbolically, but practically. Think about it. For decades, the US passport was considered one of the strongest in the world, offering access to hundreds of countries with minimal paperwork. Now, Canada has taken the lead in terms of the number of destinations that allow Canadians easy entry. This means Canadians can travel, study, work, and explore without worrying about complicated visa applications, long waits, or the stress of denied entry. Passport strength might seem like just a fun statistic at first, but it's actually a reflection of international trust and diplomatic relationships. Countries don't simply open their borders to everyone without thought. When a nation offers visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to Canadians, it demonstrates a level of confidence, trust, and cooperation. It shows that the world sees Canadian citizens as low-risk travelers, and it reflects the country's diplomatic relationships with other nations. So, what does having visa-free access to 182 countries actually mean in day-to-day life? Well, it translates into freedom and opportunity. It makes planning holidays much easier because you don't have to stress about applying for visas weeks in advance. It opens doors for students who want to study abroad, allowing them to explore options across Europe, Asia, and other continents without bureaucratic hurdles. For business travelers, it simplifies trips to international meetings or conferences. Even if you're thinking about relocating or working overseas temporarily, a strong passport can make a huge difference in how easily you can navigate the process. And let's be real, travel isn't just about business or formal plans. Sometimes it's about spontaneous trips, discovering new cultures, visiting friends, or even just exploring a city you've always dreamed of seeing. A strong passport gives you that flexibility. You can make decisions on the fly, pack a bag, and know that you can actually enter many countries without weeks of planning or paperwork. Now, let's get into some concrete examples. When we say 182 destinations, that spans nearly every continent. In Europe, Canadians can travel to major countries like France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and Switzerland without a visa. This makes multi-country European trips much easier, whether you're planning to experience art in Paris, hike the Alps, or enjoy the beaches of the Mediterranean. In Asia, countries like Japan and South Korea welcome Canadians without extensive visa requirements. Southeast Asia, which includes countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and Singapore, is also accessible with minimal paperwork. In the Caribbean and Latin America, countries like Mexico, Costa Rica, and a number of island nations allow Canadians to enter with ease, making sun-filled vacations or adventure trips much simpler. Even in parts of Africa and the Middle East, Canadians enjoy easier entry to certain countries than many other nationalities. It's important to note that while the passport gives access to these countries, travelers should still check specific requirements like entry forms, electronic travel authorizations, or local regulations. But compared to having to apply for a visa months in advance, the process is far simpler, quicker, and often cheaper. Another point that makes this ranking exciting is that it's a reflection of Canada's growing global influence. While the Passport Index measures mobility, the underlying story is about international cooperation, trust, and mutual agreements. Canada's ability to negotiate visa-free travel with so many countries highlights the diplomatic efforts over the years and the reputation of Canadian citizens as responsible, trustworthy travelers. This kind of soft power might not make headlines every day, but it has a real impact on how Canadians experience the world. So, if you're a Canadian, this news isn't just a stat to celebrate on social media. It's something that can influence your life in practical ways. For students, it can shape where you might study abroad or go on educational exchanges. For professionals, it can open doors to global opportunities, conferences, and collaborations that previously required complex paperwork. For travelers, it removes barriers that might have limited spontaneous or extended trips. And for families, it means fewer headaches when planning vacations or international moves. Now, let's talk a bit about the comparison with the United States. While the U.S. passport still offers strong travel freedom, Canada has now surpassed it in terms of visa-free access. This is particularly interesting because historically, the U.S. has been viewed as having one of the most powerful passports. Canada's advancement in this area signals a shift in global travel dynamics and shows how relationships between countries can evolve over time. It's a reminder that passport rankings aren't static. They change as nations negotiate agreements, update policies, and respond to international events. You might wonder, what should I do to make the most of this passport power? First, always keep your passport valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned travel. Many countries require this as a standard. Second, check entry requirements for your destination. Even visa-free countries may require a simple registration, an electronic travel authorization, or proof of funds and accommodation. Third, consider travel insurance. Freedom to travel is amazing, but being safe and prepared is just as important. Fourth, explore destinations you might not have considered before. With 182 options, there are countless places that many travelers overlook, and now Canadians can go there with relative ease. This ranking is also a reminder that travel is more than just visiting a new place. It's about experiencing new cultures, meeting people, creating memories, and broadening your perspective. With a stronger passport, Canadians have a literal key to unlock these experiences more easily. Whether it's walking through the historic streets of Europe, sampling street food in Asia, relaxing on a Caribbean beach, or exploring mountains in South America, the passport gives you access to a world of possibilities. And think about the convenience. Imagine planning a last-minute trip to Europe for a long weekend, or deciding on a vacation abroad on short notice. With a strong passport, much of the administrative stress is gone. You don't have to wait for weeks for visa approvals or pay high processing fees. That freedom allows for more flexibility in your personal and professional life, and it's something that can make traveling less intimidating and more accessible for everyone. Another angle to consider is how this passport strength could influence global mobility trends. As Canadian citizens enjoy easier access to many countries, more Canadians may choose to study, work, or travel internationally. This increases cultural exchange, builds global networks, and helps Canadians gain experiences that were previously harder to obtain. It also strengthens Canada's position on the global stage, because when citizens travel freely, they carry Canadian values, ideas, and culture with them, building bridges across nations. So while this is exciting news for travelers, it also has broader implications. Strong passport rankings reflect a country's diplomatic relationships and how it is perceived internationally. It's a signal to other nations that Canada is a responsible, trustworthy country, which in turn encourages more cooperation and opportunities for its citizens. As a Canadian, this news is genuinely something to celebrate. Think about it. A passport is more than just a small booklet in your drawer. It's a key, a tool, and even a symbol of freedom. And now, knowing that your passport is ranked 7th globally, with access to 182 destinations without the usual hassle, it's not just symbolic, it's deeply practical. It's empowering in ways that touch many areas of life. Imagine planning your career. Perhaps you're a professional aiming for an international job, or someone thinking about expanding your business overseas. A strong passport removes a significant layer of stress. No longer do you have to worry about complicated visa applications delaying your plans or limiting where you can go for meetings, networking, or professional development. Suddenly, countries that once felt out of reach are now within your grasp, and the opportunities you can pursue become much wider. For students, this is a game changer. Studying abroad often involves mountains of paperwork, deadlines, and uncertain approvals. With this strengthened passport, the process becomes easier. Many universities and programs around the world welcome Canadians with simplified entry requirements, allowing students to focus on what really matters: learning, experiencing a new culture, and building a future without being bogged down by bureaucracy. And let's not forget those of us who travel simply for the joy of it. Your dream vacation, whether it's wandering through the historic streets of Europe, relaxing on a pristine Caribbean beach, or exploring the temples and markets of Asia, is suddenly more feasible. You can plan trips with shorter notice or even make spontaneous decisions without worrying about whether you'll get caught in a long visa process. Your passport now acts as a literal gateway to adventure, exploration, and experiences that enrich your life in countless ways. Beyond career, education, or travel, this passport represents trust and credibility on a global stage. Countries grant visa-free access because they recognize Canadian citizens as responsible, reliable travelers. This level of international respect reflects not just on you individually, but on Canada as a whole. It's a nod to the nation's strong diplomatic relationships and growing global influence. When you carry that passport, it's a subtle reminder that Canada has a place in the world where doors are open, agreements are respected, and opportunities are accessible. The number itself, seventh globally with 182 countries, might seem like just a statistic at first glance, but it carries so much more meaning. It embodies freedom, the ability to explore without unnecessary barriers, and the convenience of being able to plan life across borders. It's about empowerment, the knowledge that whether you want to pursue a new career abroad, study in a foreign country, travel for leisure, or simply connect with cultures and communities around the world has never been more accessible to you. This milestone is also a reflection of Canada's international standing. It's proof that the country's relationships with others are strong, based on trust, respect, and cooperation. It shows that Canada is a nation that is taken seriously on the global stage, and that its citizens are granted privileges and opportunities as a result. As international mobility continues to grow, this passport ranking ensures that Canadians can participate fully in a connected world, exploring, working, learning, and engaging globally in ways that were far more complicated just a decade ago. In short, the Canadian passport is more than paper and ink. It is freedom in your pocket, opportunity at your fingertips, and a key to countless experiences. It empowers Canadians to live bigger, travel farther, and connect deeper with the world around them. For anyone with a dream of seeing new places, embracing new challenges, or creating an international life filled with experiences, this passport is now a more powerful ally than ever before. And that's why this news is worth celebrating. It's practical, it's exciting, and it's a reminder that the world is no longer as far away or as difficult to reach as it once was. Canada has earned its place on the global stage, and its citizens are reaping the rewards. So, whether you're planning your next adventure, considering an international opportunity, or simply daydreaming about exploring the world, now is the time to embrace it. Your passport doesn't just let you travel, it opens doors, it expands possibilities, and it gives you the freedom to imagine what your life could look like anywhere in the world. So, friends, I hope this gives you a clear picture of how exciting and impactful this news is. Travel, study, work, or simply explore. Your passport just got stronger, and the world is waiting. Don't forget to take full advantage of it and make your journeys memorable, enriching, and adventurous. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below which country you plan to visit first with your stronger Canadian passport. The world is wide, and with your passport, more of it is accessible than ever before. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring, dreaming, and discovering because the possibilities are endless.